Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. For this video I'm going back and trying out Silver's Rayleigh from OP12. Honestly, I've been trying out this deck for a little bit and it feels pretty fun. Honestly, I never really played Rayleigh too much, but right now in the meta I feel like it's very jungle-y, so I feel like a lot of leaders could do some damage in certain matchups. I know there's a lot of crazy green decks running around going wild like Mihawk and whatnot, but I think Rayleigh honestly has a chance in the most matchups because he's just so aggressive. He has aggro and some decks just can't handle that. So this is the build I'm trying out with a couple new pieces that some people might not think about, including a card from the new starter deck that Luffy has. So Silver's Rayleigh basically cannot play 5 cost or higher cards in his deck, and he can reveal 2 cards that are events from his hand to give a 4k plus 2 during the turn. So he is very aggressive. So his deck includes Buggy, which is a 1 cost 3k. Can look at the top 5 for a red event, like very perfect for Rayleigh because he searches for a red event and he's a 3k. So with Rayleigh's ability, he gets buffed to a 5k attacker. So this is a pretty solid card. Shocky is a top 5 search for a Luffy or a red event. So another great searcher for the deck, can also turn into an attacker with Rayleigh's ability. Boa is a great card because she can also search top 5 for a Luffy and red event as well. She's also a 3k power character, so she can get up to a 5k with Rayleigh. And if you trash her, you can give 2 rested to a leader character. So this is a very strong SR for the deck. A definitely 4 of. And then this new card for the Luffy starter deck, ST31, it's Brook. If you have 3 or more given Dawn, he gets plus 3k and he turns into a blocker. So there's not any really blockers in this deck except this one, which plays really well off the Luffy SR we're going to get to in a second. This card, Sanji, just an awesome card to play off the Luffy. 3k power, gets plus 3k on your turn, and once it gets killed, you get to draw a card. So, and it has counter, very solid SR for the deck for sure. This is a must-have for the deck. It's going to be very sad when this card rotates, but it's Kid Killer. If your opponent has 2 or less life, he gains plus 2k power, and he has Rush. So this card is definitely a great ender, and if you just want to play it out once they have 2 or less life, you can do that as well. So very, very great card. This Luffy is the bread and butter of this deck. I know this Luffy is running wild in the new red-black Sabo deck that people are cooking up with all the Straw Hat stuff, but this card was originally for Rayleigh, and basically you reveal 2 events and then you give a rested to leader character and you get to play a 3k power or less. So you can play out Sanji, Brook, you can play out Buggy or even Shocky and Boa. So you have a lot of targets for Luffy, and also you give arrested to whatever you want. So you could also give arrested to like Shocky to make her 5k. And yeah, it's a pretty solid card. If you don't see this card, it kind of feels bad, but other than that, we do have options, and we have so much searching in the deck with the Shocky, with the Boa, with this event here to find the Luffy. So it's pretty consistent. All right, getting into the events. This is a new EBO4 card for Rayleigh. So basically you give a Dawn to Rayleigh, and then you could give a character minus 2k. Normal thing with all his events, he gets a plus 2k, his character or himself. So pretty solid card. Giving minus 2k to something is always decent. You can also get value off of it, giving a Dawn to Rayleigh, so not too bad. This is a very important card to go for game. Basically, it's an unblockable event, giving Rayleigh 2 active Dawn, and then once he attacks, your opponent cannot activate blocker. So pretty solid there. This is another searcher for the deck. You give an active Dawn to Rayleigh, and then you get the top 4 for an event or a 3 or higher character card. Pretty solid that this deck has so many searchers, so that way it can stay consistent. So pretty solid card. This is a very important event as well for Rayleigh. So basically it's a plus 2k, and then if you have a Dawn active, you can rest it to give all of your opponent's leaders and characters minus 1k for the turn. So this is a pretty solid card to definitely stay defensive, and especially if you use this Barrier Bulls card that I'm going to show, it's very solid as well. This is basically just a buff for a character. Nothing, not too crazy. You more than likely want to just use this for counter, but it is another event to use for the deck. This is a solid card to go for games. So basically it's a pay 2 to get +4 around the board. So you can give +3 to something, and then if your opponent has 7,000 power or more on the board, you can give an additional 1k to whatever. So pretty solid card, and also the trigger is very nice to KO a 5k or less. So awesome card for the deck. Now, the card I was talking about, this Barrier Bowls, I looked at it and I was like, this could maybe be decent for the deck. And honestly, out of all the games that I played with this card, I used it every game, I feel like. Every time I had it. Because, like, more than likely, once you get to, like, once you have your Luffy established and whatever bodies on board, you don't really play too many characters out unless they're like a searcher or something. So at that point you have the Dawn to play with, so you use this card to draw a card and then giving Rayleigh plus 1k until the end of your opponent's turn. So making Rayleigh a 6k leader, or potentially if you have 2 of these to make him a 7k leader, is very solid. And you don't lose hand size because you draw a card off this. So I think this is a pretty solid card to have, honestly. I could even bump it up to 4, but once you use it, it's pretty valuable. And then the trigger, giving a character -4k, is very strong as well. And then another important card is this Gum Gum Mulgun. It is basically a removal piece. KO a 7k or less body with this card, or if you combo it with this card, you can KO a 9k or less. So pretty solid removal piece card. I use it decent amount of times, not too often, but when I do, it does feel pretty good. More than likely with Rayleigh, you want to just run your opponent down and see if you can kill him before 10 dawn if you can. Sometimes that can happen, sometimes not. It's a very fun, aggressive, and defensive deck for sure. With all the counter, all the small bodies you can buff up to make them 5, 6Ks or whatever. It's a pretty fun deck. I'm going to try it out, and we'll see how it goes. All right, we are going against the deck everyone is going crazy about, the new Sabo Straw Hat type deck going around. We're gonna keep this hand because we do have a Luffy. We have a couple events. I'll keep that hand. We are going second, so that is good. We can use this event to search, and taking second away from Sabo and his new he does play Bello Betty, so is he playing the new Straw Hat build? I'm not sure. If he's not, he might be just playing the old package, but that is interesting choice for sure. We're gonna search here. We can pick up a red event. Let's pick up this event because we do already have a Barrier Bowls in hand, and we will pass. I feel like this Sabo is just playing the old package by the looks of it with the Bello Betty search, and he's swinging 7. We'll take that. All right, we have a lot of counter in hand. So what we can do is play out Luffy, reveal these 2, and then we'll play out the Brook, give arrested Rayleigh, swing 6, and pass. So once we have 3 or more given Dawn, this Brook will become a blocker and get plus 3k, so he'll become live probably next turn once we attach more Dawn, and then the Luffy will get activated as well to get plus 2k. So yeah, he is playing the old package. He's dropping down the hack, so he's going to be able to KO the Luffy, which is unfortunate. So we probably should just swing with the Luffy first next turn. We do get a boa out of life. Let's see. 2 events. Let's just give Brook plus 2. Let's do a search. Pick up another Luffy. And then we'll trash here. Give 2 rests down to Rayleigh. We'll swing. Let's swing 6. He's probably gonna block and KO probably the Luffy. If he doesn't, that'd be interesting. Or maybe he'll just wait to do that. Yeah, he's blocking. KO's the Luffy. Makes sense. All right. We shall go. I think we might play Barrier Bowls here. So we will go 6, His leader ability's off, so that sucks for him. We'll play this, draw a card, give +1, go 8. Yeah, I think we're going a little too aggressive for my dude right now. So Brook is +3, so he's a 6k. So that is nice. Our leader is a 6k. We can do Luffy into Sanji next turn. Holy hand size, buddy. He plays out the Sabo, activating leader ability. Brook is a 6k, buddy. Sorry to tell you that. I think we protect the Brook. We can counter out of that. We have a lot of cards in hand. That's fine. All right. Not looking good for my guy right now. We're just gonna reveal the Luffy, or play the Luffy. Reveal these events. Play out the Sanji. Give a rest to Rayleigh. We could honestly... Yeah. Let's just buff the Brook. I'm not worried about having blockers right now. So we can just give the power to Brook. And then swing big with Brook and Rayleigh, probably. Don't worry about the Kin Killer right now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play this. Buff him some more. And then give -2k to the Sabo, maybe. Give it down to Rayleigh, give -2, making him a 6k. So we can go 8-8. 8-8 seems pretty good. Our hand size went down a decent amount, but that's fine. He's gonna 4k counter, that's fine. We'll swing another 8. And he'll probably counter here because he has so many cards in hand, or he might take. Let's see what he does. He's thinking hard about this one. Yeah, he counters. So he's playing the new Sabo support with the actual like starter deck and stuff, with the Limburg and the hack. So that makes sense. So he's trying out the actual support that Sabo got in his starter deck, and not the Straw Hat stuff, even though the Straw Hat stuff is probably stronger. We might see if we can maybe get a game with a Sabo that's running the Straw Hat stuff, just to see how it goes, because that deck is going pretty wild right now. So he's on 9 Dawn. People are like, oh my god, 3k 4k bodies on board. Yeah, but these bodies could potentially turn into like 8k 9k attackers. So this deck is definitely a powerhouse when it comes to buffing small characters. But we will see what he tries out this turn. He's thinking really hard about this one. I feel like he should just go for the Brook here. He's going with the Kuma, the new starter deck Kuma, to play a 4k or less. It's a pretty solid card. It's just a shame that Sabo didn't get exactly what he needed. What he needed was a card like a little Sabo that plays out the big Sabo or something. That would have been cool for the deck. He placed the hack to get a blocker on board to KO at 2k or less, although all of ours are plus 2k. He drew a event, 4k event. That's good, that's good. He's filling out the board right now, which is good for him. Although he needs to start swinging or something here, man. All right, he's swinging 8 into 6. You can have it. Because this next turn we can drop Kid Killer. Does he swing with the Sabo? I don't think he should, but he might. Because I'm pretty healthy right now with 3 life. So let's see what he does exactly here. The thing about Rayleigh is that his events, most of them don't draw a card once you use it. And the new purple Enel from 15, all of his events basically draw a card once you use it. I think. And maybe that's what separates him from Enel so much. He feels like a red Enel almost, with all the events and the plus 2k stuff and buffing like smaller characters. What Rayleigh needs like a 4-cost character that's buffed like plus 4 or something, that's like leader locked to Rayleigh, so that would be pretty solid. All right, I think we do this. I think we go here, attach a Dawn -2, and I think we just go ahead and blow up the Sabo. We could go here, reveal 2 events, and then buff the Sanji, I guess. And attack 8. We go 8-8. Leave 1 Dawn up for Conqueror's Hockey. Go 8 here. And then another 8. Just straight up trying to be aggressive here. I didn't need to play Kid Killer. Instead, I chose the Mole Pistol route, which was fine. Getting rid of that Sabo off the board was pretty solid. And he used a blocker, so all he's got is really Kuma to swing with next turn. Uses a 4K event. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and stack. Swing another 8. He probably takes here, because he's only got 4 cards in hand, yeah. And then we will pass. So what we can try and do is protect at least the Luffy on board. And we also have Kid Killer to rush, so not too worried. We have Conqueror's Hockey to use if we have to. He's going to play another Sabo. And he's got 4 Dawn to play with, so does he try and go for Luffy and Sanji on board? That would be the smart thing to do for him here. Although I'm not sure if we could really counter out of... I don't think we can protect the Sanji. He's going for Luffy, which is interesting. I think we counter, but don't use the Conqueror's Hockey ability yet, and see what he does with this next swing. It would be smart for him to just go for the Sanji. He's just trying to get rid of the big body on board, but Sanji is equally as big on my turn. So he's going to go for the Luffy again, and that's an easy counter for us. So yeah, our bodies are going to stay on the board unless he stacks Dawn on the Bello Betties, which would be a smart thing for him to do right now. Bro is debating. Yep, he's going to stack. Yep, he's doing exactly what I thought he should do. He's going for the Sanji, and I don't have counters, so draw. Solid draw right there. King Kong Gatling to be able to buff one of our characters. Let's go here. We will pick up Unblockable probably in case we need it to end the game. So what we can do is stack 2 on Rayleigh. Let's just attack 7. We could have used Boa to give 2 rested, but let's go ahead and drop Kid Killer. Let's go ahead and give 2 rested to Kid Killer. Attack 9. Maybe I'm playing this turn wrong. If he takes the life, it's probably GG's, because I could just easily survive the next turn and just drop Unblockable. So if he takes, it might be wraps for dude. Yeah, it's not looking good. I think we could just probably let's go ahead and reveal 2 events. Give +2 to Luffy. Swing 10. He blocks. All right, makes sense. He is gonna probably want to go for game here, because if he doesn't, he's probably dead. Unless he tries to block her up and see if that works. I think I honestly missed leader ability a couple turns because I wasn't thinking right. The stuff that happens when you're recording, man, you just forget about some abilities, but that's alright. That is alright. If someone calls me out on it, I understand. I make mistakes, that is okay. But we are completely dominating this game. He's going with the Kuma play. But unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough. He's going to give -3 to probably the Luffy to KO it. He's going for board, but little does he know, he's cooked. He's big cooked here because he probably is going to play another blocker maybe. This unblockable event is so important in situations like this because he's going for board thinking that he's going to clear everything and then he's going to be able to just slide on by with his one blocker, take all these hits. It's gonna trash a brick to pick up a 2k, although it is no use. Stack on Rayleigh, give unblockable to Rayleigh, 15k at your face, buddy. Yep, GG's. GG's. I think I missed leader ability a couple turns, but it does not matter. We had barrier bowls at last life. That's pretty solid. So pretty good game against the Sabo for us, at least. He was kind of struggling, but a good game to our opponent. Let's get into another one. All right, going against another Sabo because I want to see if we can get a game against the Straw Hat Sabo deck. There's a lot of searching in this starting hand. I think I'm gonna keep. And hopefully we can search a Luffy off this Shocky. So that way we can play Luffy into Buggy that next turn. There's a lot of good searching in this starting hand. Okay, so he is playing the Straw Hat build. So that is good to see. So that way we can see how this does. We find a Luffy. Let's go. We need an event. Let's just go Shocky again. Pick up. He doesn't play much blockers, so we could probably go barrier bowls and pass. And we'll be able to buff the one of the Shockies to swing. So that should be pretty solid for us. We'll go Luffy probably into Buggy. Swinging 6. We'll take, god dang, 3 Buggies in hand, bro. That's a lot of... Okay, we get another Luffy out of top deck. This is a crazy hand we have here, bro. Let us go Luffy, reveal these two, and we'll play out the one of the Buggies to be able to search for another event. He's getting a taste of his own medicine here, bro. Tiv arrested to Shocky. We'll pick up, oh, I mean, wait. There's 3 of our Conquerors hockeys, bro. All going to the bottom. We'll pick one of them up, though. We'll reveal 2 events. Give Shocky +2 to swing 5. And then, yeah, we'll go 5 and 5 here. See, he takes both hits. Okay, all right. We have a board here. It doesn't look like a board, but with Rayleigh, this is a full board of potential attackers here. All right, he does have the combo, the Wombo combo with Luffy and Sanji and the docking and the Brook or whatever it is. Let's see if he plays something off docking. He trashed. Oh, he did. He literally trashed 2 potential targets with the docking. That's holy luck box, bro. My goodness. That's fine. All right, so he hit the combo already with 8 cards in hand. So let's see if we can survive this match against Straw Hat Sabo. Swinging 7. We will take. He is potentially just gonna swing at my leader this whole game because he just is probably gonna look to end the game before turn like 4 or 5. but we will see. I think Luffy again into maybe Brook here would be cool. That might be the move. So what we can do is reveal 2 events. Give Buggy +2. Let's go ahead and play the Luffy. Play at the Buggy. Give a rested to Buggy. And then search up another event to get... Okay, we have another Conqueror's Hockey. We do have an unblockable, but he's not going to play many blockers, I don't think. So we can pick that up. Let's go ahead. Give an active Dawn to Rayleigh. And buff Luffy by 1 to make him a 7k. And then we could potentially use a Conqueror's Hockey to minus the power next turn. So I think we go 6, 6, 7. 6, 7, bro. Alright. He counters. I think we're doing pretty solid so far. Our board is looking pretty deep. He takes there. We're gonna swing. Yeah, let's swing 7. Because I think we need to use Conqueror's Hockey next turn, so that way we can debuff his whole board. He's probably going to counter here. He doesn't want to go down to 1 life. Alright, let's go ahead and pass turn. Only thing we got to worry about is all these swingers here. But we can just use Conqueror's Hockey to at least debuff them a little bit. If he attacks the Buggy, that's ideal because we just have another one. And we even have the Shocky to buff. He's hitting the Wombo combo again, but except he doesn't use the Luffy. Maybe I'm regretting not picking up one of the unblockable events, but that's fine. Alright, I think we no blocker. Conqueror's Hockey. Give everything -1. He's gonna swing 7 at leader probably. He's probably, oh no, he's going for Luffy. Okay, that makes sense. We'll counter. We will counter that as well. Alright, our board is looking very solid right now. Alright, we can go ahead and do a boa search into let's just pick let's pick up this to buff something. Let's see. I'm going to barrier bowls to give Rayleigh +1. Let's go ahead and leader ability, reveal these 2. Buff one of the Buggies. Let's use this event to give a rest or give an active to here, buff that Buggy by another 1,000. And then I think we just do this to search for an event. We gotta pick this up. Let's swing 6, see what he does. Because he can't kill us next turn. So he's gonna go for board heavily next turn, probably. Swing 8, or no, we'll go here, attach another to make Rayleigh a 9k swinger this turn. So we might give 2 rested to one of the Luffys. He blocks. Interesting. Okay. Let's go 6 lead. We're just trying to rush him down right now, I think. I think that's the best thing we can do. Even if we go for board, he's still gonna just reproduce more cards on the board to just rush us down as well. So it's basically who can rush who down faster. Trash the bow up +2 here to throw 8k at him, and we'll swing 9 with Rayleigh. It would be awesome if we got a unblockable at a life or deck, because if he takes this next swing and goes down to 0, unblockable is super live. So let's go here. We do not see unblockable, but I think we'll just pick up a 2k counter and go 9. If he takes here, that's pretty crazy. No, he ground deaths. Okay, so we get a 4K event out of him, which is solid. Our leader is 6K. Luffy's our 6K. Buggy is just sitting there, and we can't die this turn. Although he has a pretty solid board there. It'd be smart for him to go for board, for sure. But we will see what happens. Just going 8K at Luffy makes sense. Let's let that go. 8K Luffy. Yeah. Buggy, you can have it. We have a buggy on board still. Board clearing us, that's okay though. I'm okay with that. We'll take that. We get another event. Potentially we maybe have to go for game. KO up to one of your opponent's characters 5K or less. No, because we could use that to go for game. I'm not worried about dying this turn. Okay, we have an unblockable event, but that doesn't matter. He has 3 Dawn open. That's pretty interesting. Not gonna lie. Could we just go for game here is the question. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give an active to Rayleigh. Buff Buggy. Reveal 2 events. We might be able to just go for crazy amount of power here, honestly. Active here. Search for an event. Oh my god, bro. I have 2 King Kong Gatlings, bro. Can we go for game here? That would be insane. Oh my god. Okay. Double King Kong Gatling would be wild, bro. +3, +1. So he's a 9K swinger right now. And Rayleigh is 8K. +3, +1. So Rayleigh is 11. Buggy's 10. 12, 13. Does that get through? 12, 13. This is the type of shenanigans this deck does, bro. If he counters this, that'd be so funny. Then we're just cooked. Honestly, that's all I could do this turn. That's awesome though. The amount of power that I gave these 2 cards is so funny. Oh, he conquer hockeys. Double conquers, Jesus Christ. What the heck? Oh my god, bro. The amount of counter in bro's hand. Wow. We literally could have won that game, bro. That's insane. It doesn't matter at this point with this swing, but man, oh my god, bro. We could have won that off that turn alone. That's crazy. He got super lucky with the amount of counter in his hand. That's unfortunate. Wow. Crazy work. Oh well, GG's, I guess. Honestly, we could have won that. I'm disappointed because we're so close, bro, but it is what it is, man. All right, well, that is the video. Rayleigh is still pretty fun, honestly. I definitely could use some practice with the deck, but it's definitely a fun deck to use. I think it definitely has potential into a lot of matchups. I think the Mihawk match is definitely a uphill battle, but other than that, I think he can do pretty solid into most leaders. But I definitely recommend giving him a try. He's pretty fun, very aggro, a lot of fun events to use. The Barrier Bowls is definitely a solid event to have in the deck, I think, and the King Kong Gatling is definitely a must-have. Other than that, the Brook, you could probably swap him out with like probably the Jinbei Rusher. So I can show you a couple cards that you can swap it out with. This Jinbei, if you reveal 2 events, he gets rush and +1, so he's a 5K rusher, and he has counter, so not too bad. So a definitely solid card to have for rush. because currently the Kid and Killer is the only rush card in the deck. This Crocus is pretty solid because if they KO it, you can just play out a 3k or less from your hand. So you could just play out the Boa, Buggy, Shocky, Sanji. So if they want to go into this card, they can. It'll just play out something else. So not too bad. Other than that, I mean, there's a few other tech cards you could probably play in the deck, but other than that, I think it's a pretty solid list. You could definitely swap out the Brook if you don't want the blocker. That's fine. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and sub to see more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.